In Bonn, Germany, a second week of international climate change negotiations under the auspices of the UN got underway this morning. After an initial round of comments on a proposed draft for an international climate change deal to be agreed in Copenhagen in December, countries will start making more detailed proposals starting tomorrow. "We're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the negotiations," said Yvo de Boer, the Executive Secretary of the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. In parallel discussions, industrialized countries are considering specific actions they can undertake to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, industrialized countries would need to reduce their emissions by 25 to 40% by 2020 in order to avoid serious climate change impacts. Yvo de Boer said that these recommendations were still some way from being met and called for speeding up work in this area. Also in Bonn today, a group of key UN and non-UN aid agencies called on nations to take into account the humanitarian impacts of climate change. The 18 organizations, including the UN Refugee Agency, UNICEF, and the World Food Programme, say that the next agreement on climate change has to set out a workable approach to help the world to counter the impacts of extreme weather events and environmental degradation on vulnerable communities. The group says that the Copenhagen Agreement presents a rare opportunity to shape and guide the international response to the humanitarian consequences of climate change over the next decade.